Hi, this is Professor Furton with a short video that'll show you how you can use formulas and cell references in Google Sheets to make quick work of repetitive calculations. So suppose here we had two columns of data which were the result of an experiment where we measured the time and the position of a ball rolling down a track, let's say. And let's say you wanted to calculate the average velocity of the ball at each one of these positions over the entire time interval. So the way you would do it, simplistically, is to take the position of the ball and divide it by the time that the ball was at that position. So if you wanted a column for average velocity, and that would be in centimeters per second, you would get out your calculator and divide 0.25 by 1.5 and type the result in here. And then you would do it again. Take your calculator and divide 0.5 by 2.6 and type the result in here. But there's no reason to do all that repetitive work because Sheets can do this work for you. The way you start a formula in Google Sheets is to begin your cell with an equals sign. And then you can tell what numbers you want Sheets to combine and in what ways by making simple formulas that refer to cells. The way that Google Sheets refers to a cell is by its coordinates, its column and its row. So Google Sheets refers to whatever's in this cell, which happens to be 0.25 now. It refers to it as cell C4. And let's say you want to divide this by what's in the adjacent cell, B4. You don't have to type out C4 and B4, although you could. You can just click in the cell and Google will fill it in for you. And then you hit enter and it calculates the result for you. Now, if you had to do it again and again, equals this divided by this, that would be kind of painstaking. The fact of the matter is, once you have a formula that works, you can click on it, grab the little square in the lower right-hand corner and drag it down. And Google Sheets will update your formula when you copy it down to always refer to the cells that you really probably meant to. So for example, for this last one, you see how Sheets turned the formula into C8 divided by B8? And in that way, when you copy a formula down, Sheets tends to operate by rows, so that it updates the row numbers when you make a formula and copy it down. Now, if you didn't like the way it rounded it, you can use the rounding buttons here to change the precision that the answer is expressed in. So that's a simple way to do a formula. Let's try something else that's a little bit more tricky. Suppose you wanted to make a new time column, but not that started at 1.5, a time column that started at 0. So if you did that, you want to subtract 1.5 from all of these values. So for instance, you would put here whatever 2.6 minus 1.5 is, well, that would be 1.1 and you could type it in. And then in the next one, you would want to do 3.8 minus 1.5. So you could do all that with your calculator, but there's a way to get Sheets to do it for you. You start with an equal sign and you tell it you would like to start with this one and subtract what's in cell B4, which is 1.5 now. There is one small problem with this. Remember, when you copy a formula down, Google Sheets updates the row numbers. So if we copy this to the next row, it would turn that B5 into B6, and it would turn that B4 into B5. If we copied that formula down, what we would get is maybe not quite what we expect. What we would get is the difference between the cell that we referred to minus the one that's before it. So that, in this particular case, isn't what we set out to do. I wanted to make a formula that always subtracted 1.5, which was whatever is in B4. Well, that's easy enough to do in Sheets because you can tell it not to update a cell when you copy it by preceding either the row or the column or both by a $sign. So for example, if I wanted to tell Google Sheets to not change B4 when I copy it down to B5 and B6, B7, then I precede the row with a $sign. And if I wanted to be doubly sure that it wasn't going to change anything, even if I copied a cell sideways, I could put a $sign in both of them. I'll just leave the $sign in front of the 4. And in that particular case, when I copy that formula down, then you can see that it updates and keeps that 4 fixed. So the formula always refers to what's in here. And what's cool about this is, let's say you found there was an error in this and you said, oh shoot, it's not 1.4, it's 1.2. Well, you change anything in any of these cells and all of these calculations update automatically. So let's say it wasn't 1.2, you type that in. Let's say it's supposed to be 1.8. You type that in and it updates all of these and it updates all of these as needed according to the formulas. So I think you'll find working with formulas in Google Sheets to be an enormous time saver. It's takes a little bit of getting used to making the formulas and paying attention to what's going to update and what's not going to update when you copy a cell, a reference, a formula. But if you spend a little bit of time now, it'll be a huge time saver down the road. And I really don't know any professions that don't involve using spreadsheets. So at some point in time, you're probably going to come across spreadsheets that may in fact be pretty complicated. And if you learn how to use them now, you'll have a leg up then. And this is Google Sheets, but Microsoft Excel, it refers to cells and references and formulas in exactly the same way. Anyways, I hope you found this video useful, and I also hope that you put it to some use to try to learn something that you don't already know how to do.